Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Izzy. I'm the Vincent Mata, Love Conquers All. You guys have asked for a vlog, so here we go. Today's topics, which are going to be kind of everywhere because this is my first vlog and you guys just asked me random questions. I'm going to be talking about why 50 Shades sucks, which I know I said I wasn't gonna, but I actually got into an argument again about it today. So that's going to happen. I'm going to talk about my pets. I'm going to talk about my favorite outfit, which isn't really a whole topic. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. We're going to talk about movies and shows I've been watching, and we're going to talk about how my life has been going. Alright, so first things first. Okay, first things first, we're going to talk about why 50 Shades of Grey sucks and is abusive and is not quality reading material and should never, ever, ever be used as a reference for BDSM ever, because it's not, because it's awful, because it's terrible. Okay, so 50 Shades is about this man, Christian Grey, who tries to contractually bind this young woman, Anastasia Steele, into an agreement in which he does everything he wants to sexually to her. She doesn't actually sign this agreement. That's the big thing. She does not actually sign this contract. Even though she doesn't sign this contract, Christian Grey constantly does things that she asks him not to. So that's a big thing. He does not accept any form of no. He does not listen to what she consents to and what she does not consent to. One of the simplest things is that he's constantly smacking her ass. And she says, like, please don't do that. Why? I don't like that. Stop. And he doesn't stop. He just keeps doing it, which is fucking annoying. Like, what the fuck? He threatens to rape her, threatens violence with her outside of roleplay. This is not part of BDSM. This is not part of a weird rape fantasy that somebody, which, I'm sorry, no, never mind. Rape is fucking weird. No, rape is awful. Rape fantasies are weird. Don't rape. But anyway, so he just is violent with her and threatens her without it being actually part of the BDSM. I don't know what you guys know about BDSM, but that's not BDSM anyway. He literally controls who she's able to see. He allows her to go visit her mother, but refuses to let her go see her guy friends. Like, that right there is a key point in abusive relationships. He makes her take birth control, which is illegal. I don't know if you guys know that. It is illegal to force someone to do something like that. Especially because it could be against their religious views and stuff, which, I mean, we have religious freedom bills all over the U.S. Especially, we have one here in Indiana. I know that it's illegal. I don't know where that book actually takes place, but it's probably illegal there. You cannot force someone to take a medicine, no matter what. Even if they've got a life-threatening disease, you can't force them. The only exception being if they're mentally ill. And even then, you can't really force them. You can make them stay in an institution, but you cannot force them to take medication. You can you can put them in solitude or whatever, unless they take their medicine. But you can't actually force feed them the medicine. He freaking controls what he lets her eat. Like, I haven't actually read the book, but from what I understand, he doesn't let her eat certain stuff, so she doesn't get fat? Like, what? Anyway, he doesn't let her drink. He lets her have a couple drinks and refuses to let her to drink anymore, which is stupid. That's her own fucking body. But you know, whatever. He loves her. He literally beats her. He does not just, like, hit her with a belt in a BDSM sense. He literally beats her until she is crying and pleading for him to stop. That's not, I don't know, you guys don't, apparently some people don't know this. That's not BDSM, that's abuse. That's domestic violence. Oh, he also kidnaps her. He basically seriously kidnaps her from a bar without letting, like, she does not say, hey, will you take me home? She does not ask a taxi to take her to his hotel room. He literally comes to the bar because he tracked her freaking phone, and he takes her without her consent, without telling anybody. He takes her unconscious body out of the bar and back to the hotel room. Super manipulative. He's constantly doing stuff like, oh, well, you can leave anytime you want. You didn't sign the contract. But then he manipulates her into saying and says stuff like, but I can't leave you alone. You can leave, but I'm not gonna leave you alone. What the fuck is that, though? My last point that I have is that he literally manipulates her and keeps her hooked because he has a sad childhood. He uses her, or his tragic past, to guilt trip her basically and keep her hooked into this relationship by being like, from what I understand, I haven't read the books, from being like, well, I have this terrible backstory, I have this excuse and you need to be with me, whatever, freaking hate him. Okay, so, moving on, my favorite outfits. Okay, so I don't actually have my favorite outfit with me right now, I can't find the shirt. Sorry, I have hiccups. It's a black kind of t-shirty top that comes down and has like a little knot pattern right about here, and a waist-high tan skirt with like black lace over it, and flats. That's my favorite outfit. I also like my my blue outfit that I wear all the time, where it's the blue tank toppy workout shirt with the bandeau bra and denim shorts. I love that outfit too. I love this shirt, which this is actually a fuck hate shirt, which I know I really shouldn't support them by buying their stuff, but I really like this shirt, and I didn't actually buy it, somebody else bought it for me. So yeah, that's I love that outfit too. Okay, now that's enough about my clothes. Shows I've been watching, movies I've been watching. First I'm gonna talk about Mad Max. Yes, I loved the movie Mad Max. I actually read an article about how it's like really stupid and oh, I can't believe everybody thinks it's feminist because it's not, but it is though. Like, I get why you say that it's not, because in the end it is Max who saves Furiosa, and the wives do have to wear really slutty clothing. But what you have to understand about that is that the wives have to wear slutty clothing and do wear slutty clothing and have to wear slutty clothing because their husband basically feels like he owns them, and he literally only has them around for a sexual purpose and so that he can beget children. And so they're very much objectified by their husband. But if you watch the movie, the wives never ever ever do anything that requires being objectified. The wives are always pulling their own weight and fixing stuff along with Furiosa and Max. And they go out and they battle. They go out and one of the wives actually dies or almost dies. I don't know if it's ever clear if she survives, but because she jumps out to defend her fellow wives. I loved the wives. They were super cool. They were badass, but they were also really nice, as shown by the redheaded wife, who saw the war boy hiding on their rig and didn't kill him on the spot. Like, she said, well, what are you doing here? Are you okay? And when he said, oh well, I feel like I failed, she took him in and she said, well, okay, we could probably use your help. This is not something that that should stop you. You're a war boy, but if you're not going to kill us, then we will accept your help. And also, Furiosa's just a badass. I love Furiosa, and she's not at all sexualized. She's not a single moment is she sexualized. She has one good arm. Her other arm has been cut off near the elbow. She does everything herself, and if she doesn't do it herself, it's because she's doing something else on her own. So there's parts where Max has to drive, but that's because she's fixing something, or she's trying to make a deal with the dudes on dirt bikes, and the only reason that she's not doing the work herself is because she's doing something else. Plus she has short hair. So yeah. I don't know, I just really like the movie. It's really good. Definitely, I don't know. If you guys think of other reasons that it's not feminist, tell me, and I'll reconsider it. But I got such a good feeling from the movie. I loved it. I loved that there were powerful female characters who were sexy, and I loved that there was a powerful female character who wasn't, who had very little sex appeal. Who, if you know that actor, Charlize, or whatever her name is, she's gorgeous. She plays the queen in the Snow White and the Huntsman, if you've seen that movie, with Kristen Stewart. I'm pretty sure she plays the queen. Yeah, I'm almost positive. she's gorgeous, she's super beautiful, but they were able to get past that and make this beautiful person who was very much beautiful, there's no way to doubt it, make her seem very tough. Why do my hands look so small? Made her look very tough, made her very, very powerful, strong character who was not at all hindered by the fact that she was a beautiful woman. So that's why I loved the movie Mad Max Fury Road. Also, Imperio Furiosa is such a cool name. Okay. So, first show, yes. Second show, no. And we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. And I know you guys know that I love the Song of Ice and Fire series because you've been following my blog for however long. And if you've been following my blog for more than a month, you've probably seen Game of Thrones stuff. Actually, if you've been following my blog for 2 days, you've probably seen Game of Thrones stuff. And I love the books. I love A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I do not love the television show. And I did at first. I liked the show a lot. I started reading the book and watching the show right around at the same time. I knew they lined up pretty well. There were a few differences, but I was like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I got really bothered eventually. And it was being pointed out to me more and more, the problems with this show. And most of them are that it's really, really, really prejudiced against women and against minorities. And you might say, oh, there's no way it's prejudiced against minorities. There's like 2 black people. Like, what are you going to do about that? Well, the one black person, Zorozoandoxus, is not black in the books. They make him black, and they turn him into a criminal. Which he is bad in the books, but I don't think he's that bad. I don't know. I don't remember perfectly. It's been a couple years. But Zorozoandoxus is not black in the books. I'm pretty sure he's actually blue-eyed and blonde hair. Maybe. I don't remember. He's not black. Anyway, they do that. That bothers me. They cut out really important female characters, like Mance Rayder's wife and her sister. Like, people who watch the show don't realize that Gilly isn't even supposed to have her own baby anymore. She has some other lady's baby, knowing that her child is probably going to be killed because he's being portrayed as Mance Rayder's son. Although Gilly has Mance Rayder's son, and Mance Rayder's wife has her Sam. She doesn't even have her own baby anymore. She's raising somebody else's baby, knowing that her child is probably gonna die. They also cut out some really cool plot points with Cersei, like the fact that Cersei has sex with a woman. And they cut out Lady Merryweather. They cut her out completely, which made me kind of sad because I thought she was cool. I thought she definitely benefited Cersei's plot, and I liked Cersei a lot more when this lady came in, which I like Cersei as a character, and definitely her character has a lot of value. I don't like her as a person, but I liked her as a person a lot more when she actually had these lady friends. They cut out a lot with Marjorie, and Marjorie gets a lot of attention. There's actually this whole part where in the show, Marjorie gets put in jail because she lied under the eyes of God or whatever, under the oath of the gods. But she actually gets sort of in some trouble because she has slept with people outside of wedlock. And Cersei is trying to prove it so that she can get rid of her. Excuse me, I think I'm still. And they completely cut that part out. And I don't remember why Cersei actually ends up in jail in the books. I don't remember if it's the same as in the show or not. They kind of, like, even downplay that, because in the books, they, like, shave her head, and they're super cruel to her. They don't let her sleep. In the show, it shows that they don't let her, like, drink water. But in the show, they don't even let her sleep. Like, every time she drifts off to sleep, the septic comes in and wakes her up and is like, oh, confess. But they cut that out. They cut out different parts with Daenerys. Like, they don't really address the fact that she is really in love with Daario Naharis. She kind of, like, in the book, or in the show, they're kind of like, oh, they just live together, you know, whatever. You know, Dany had Khal Drogo, any other guy's not really going to compare, but no, she actually is in love with Daario Naharis. And, it's implied, it's not said for sure, but it's implied that she actually gets pregnant with his child, and then miscarries. Which, again, that's not for sure, but it does imply it at the very end of the 5th book. They also, I do love this, I think it was a really good idea, but they upped Missandei's age a lot, just so that she could have a romance with Grey Worm. But Missandei's like 13, I think, in the books, which of course they up everybody's age, because Sansa begins and she's 11, and in the show she's 13. Everybody's about 2 years older. But I thought that it was really cool for Dany to have a much younger girl so close to her side, because it was more like a big sister, little sister thing. Whereas now I don't see that as much. I see them, they're obviously best friends, but I don't see their relationship as much as I did in the books. They also, from what I understand, and this bothers me a lot, they took out Lady Stoneheart. Now, because episode 10 is titled Mother's Mercy, it's possible that they might bring her in. It's possible that Mother's Mercy is talking about Lady Stoneheart. But from what I understand, they're completely removing this very important, very influential character. For those of you who don't know who Lady Stoneheart is, I'm not going to explain, because that's like a big spoiler if you're ever going to read the book. But just know that it's like a huge shame that they cut that character out if they did. Another thing that I was going to mention was back to Cersei. It talks about, they completely cut out the part about the Valonqar. They talk about how she goes to see Maggie the Frog, and she tells her that she'll have 3 children while her king has 16 or whatever. They talk about how you'll be queen until another one younger and more beautiful comes to take your throne, but they don't talk about the Valonqar. For those of you who don't know, I will explain this one. The Valonqar is the little brother. Now, whether it's her little brother, whether it's somebody else's little brother, whether it's just a young dude, we don't know. Just the Valonqar. And he's the one who's actually supposed to come and tear her down. She thinks it's Tyrion because he said, the day will come when you're happy and I will make sure that the joy turns to ashes in your mouth. And so she thinks that Tyrion is the Valonqar, and Tyrion's going to be the one who brings her down, and that's the real reason she hates him so much, other than that he killed their mother when he was born. Because she just kind of like makes fun of him, teases him, oh, what a little freak brother I have, until she goes to see Maggie the Frog, and then Maggie the Frog tells her that the little brother is going to be her downfall. And they also cut out the part where that friend that she was with, she asks, well, what about me? Who am I going to marry? And Maggie the Frog says, you won't. You'll die before you get the chance. And on their way back to the palace, Cersei throws her down a well and kills her. And I don't remember why, but it happens. I don't know. But, like, that's a huge thing. Like, Cersei, at the age of, I don't remember, 9, 13, I don't know. Kind of around Sansa's age, maybe. She kills somebody. She throws her best friend down a well and kills her. Like, that's crazy. That's totally Cersei Lannister. But imagine Sansa doing something like that. I don't know. So anyway, I'm really bothered by the stuff that they cut out of the show, especially the way they treated Sansa. I'm really bothered by the way that they made Sansa marry Ramsay and that he rapes her. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. Because the whole point of Sansa's character is that she goes from this little defenseless girl, this little, northern princess, who doesn't really know anything about the world, who is thrown into turmoil and hatred, and who doesn't even know how to lie, who's we're all liars here, and every one of them better than you, but who grows, who learns how to lie, who learns how to manipulate, and uses her, instead of, the strength that her father and her brothers had, she uses for cunning, and her wit, and she uses for tears, as exemplified, when she saves Baelish, which that happens totally differently in the book too, but, they just take this character who's supposed to be growing stronger and stronger, and they cut her down and victimize her and dehumanize her, and it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, because I love Sansa. I didn't at first. I really hated her character, but I was so bothered by the fact that she chose Joffrey over her own sister, and ended up getting her wolf killed in the process, and that bothered me. Oh, that brings me to something else. Arya is a warg, just like Bran. And she's a really powerful warg. In the books, it talks about how she's always dreaming that she's in a wolf's body, and she doesn't really realize what she's doing. She doesn't realize that she's in Nymearia's body. But Arya is a warg, just like her brother. Maybe not as strong as, definitely not as strong as Bran. Bran will become the three-eyed raven. But she is a warg, and they completely cut that out. They cut out that she's a polyglot. They are kind of ignoring the relationship between Brienne and Jaime as well. And it bothers me, because I love Brienne. But one of the main things that bothers me is that what they're doing is they're taking away all of these important plots for the girls and giving it to the men. They say, oh, well, we can't fit everything in the show. We have to cut some stuff out. And they do cut some stuff out. And then they give it to the men. They give plots to Bronn and to Podrick, who I love. Bronn and Podrick, I love them. They're great. But they do not deserve these plots. Because George R.R. Martin has spent 25 years writing these books so that all his characters get these beautiful, wonderfully written stories that end up getting torn away from his female characters for the sake of male characters. And that's just, it just is dumb. Like the character of Roz, you can say, oh, we've got plenty of really cool female characters, really powerful female characters, like Roz the whore, who, you know, came from nothing in Winterfell and became, you know, second in command at Littlefinger's brothels. Yes, until her actress said that she would not appear naked on screen anymore. And if you'll remember, as soon as she said that, they killed Roz. They fired her because she refused to show up naked on screen. I've been going on about this for a really long time. So yeah, that's my Game of Thrones rant. I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna have to watch. You guys will actually have probably given up by now. But okay, so my last little thing that I'm going to talk about is how my life is going. So today was my first day of training at my new job. I work for Vector Marketing, which if any of you guys don't know who that is, it's Cutco, cutlery, so it's like it's the #1 cutlery brand in the world. It's the marketing half of Cutco. So we're the ones who sell all the products. They don't do like calling people and then just like randomly picking people out from the phone book. It's all through reps. So you have to have reps that come in and they go to people they know, and they get references from them to people that those people know, and you go on and you try to still cut out all these people. So yeah, I just got that job. My second interview ever, landing me my second job ever, so I've got a pretty good streak going so far. Fierce, what up? So yeah, that's a good thing. I'm enjoying being home from college. I'm definitely the homebody. I love being back in Pokemon. Definitely my home, without a doubt. So that's nice. Later this summer, about midway through July, I'm going to visit California again like I did last summer. I'm going to be staying there for about 3 weeks. So I will have to put my job on hold, but basically you do your own scheduling at Vector, so that'll be easy. Hopefully I'll be able to make money before then, but I get $14 a meeting no matter what, so that's nice. So yeah, visiting California, going to see my brother, going to see Scott, that'll be nice. I'm also moving to California. If you guys haven't heard about this, I'm telling you now. I'm getting a job. I mean, I've got a job. I'm also going to be working as a substitute teacher when the fall comes around. I'm going to be working for a full year, making some money, probably working 3 jobs actually. I'm probably going to get a retail job, this Vector job, and a substitute teaching job, so I'll probably be working all the time. But so I'm going to be doing that and saving up some money, and then about this time next year, I am going to be moving to California. So hopefully that happens sometime soon. If not, what are you going to do? I'll just wait a little bit longer. But I'm going to go out there and go to community college there, because it's actually really cheap to go to community college there if you are a California resident. So I'm going to be doing that. My mom's coming downstairs. Mom! Say hi to my Tumblr followers. I am on your computer. Okay, I'll get off your computer in just a moment. My mom says hi, Tumblr followers. Rick. It's my dog. It's my dog. Okay, so, yep, that's about all that I'm going to talk about today then, because my mom needs the computer back. If you guys enjoyed the vlog and want to see some more, just send me some more questions, and I will definitely open that, and I will do that. Hold on, let me check one moment to see if anybody else has sent any questions before I go. Oh, they have. I've got 3 questions. Oh god. Oh, I love you guys. This question. Would you rather fight 1,000 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? And I would definitely rather fight 1,000 duck-sized horses because ducks are terrifying. I hate ducks. And I love horses. So I will definitely choose the 1,000 duck-sized horses because their kicks will not be as strong and they do not have beaks to bite me. So yes, 1,000 duck-sized horses. The question, will it be up tonight? I don't know, will it? You guys are gonna find out. So yeah, the classic question I'm not gonna answer because my mom's in the room. So alright, hopefully I get this edited and up by tonight. If not, it'll be up by Sunday. So if it's not up on Thursday night, sorry. See you guys.